Thanks very much, Gareth. Well, if it is a sellout, there's going to be an awful lot of people coming in late to their seats, of that there's no doubt. But it's still a massive occasion for the Canadians, because they won't have played in front of a crowd like this before, and any nerves they'd have had beforehand will be magnified. And Morgan Williams, the captain there, will be looking to try and get his influence on what is a fairly inexperienced team around him. Played for the Saracens, played for Stade Francais, so he'll be looking to gather his troops. Ed Fairhurst has played next door for the Cardiff Blues at 9 and been tried out at 15 this evening, and that's a big call in itself. And the other player who'll be at 15 will captain the side this evening, restored to fullback after an outing on the wing. Gareth Thomas bursts back onto the scene to win his 90th cap for Wales. And a smile back on his face as well. And the enjoyment factor, something that is obvious in the Welsh camp at the moment. And of course, winning, more than anything, breeds enjoyment. James Hook, first start at number 10, the man of the moment. Will he be the man of the moment for the big one? He's battling now against another of his club mates, Sonny Parker. A late inclusion at 12 for the injured Gavin Henson. Will that have disrupted Welsh preparations at all? You wouldn't think so, having been together for a number of weeks now. A draw, a win. The best team in the world to come, but now concentrating on Canada. Stuart, there's no sunglasses or umbrella for you this time, but I think we can expect some sunshine rugby from Wales with the roof shut as well.
Yeah, even the editors are picking on me now, I can't believe it. But yeah, very much looking forward to this. I think the Union have done a fantastic job in scheduling this one. Without being disrespectful to Canada, you'd expect Wales to win this and win it comfortably, but with New Zealand just a week away now, plenty of interest, plenty of talking points, I'm sure, in the next 80 minutes.
Tony Spreadbury of England, the man in charge. And Wales not in red. That's Canada's privilege tonight. Wales are in grey, or I should say Wales are in steel, and let's hope they show some as well, because Canada certainly will give them a physical challenge to start with, but you'd expect Wales to have the wherewithal to overcome them quite comfortably.
Okay, Canada. Okay, Wales, stay behind, lads.
Game 3 of the autumn series, a series we started with a draw, then recorded Gareth Jenkins' first win, and Wales looking to build on it. We saw the Pacific Islanders attacking from everywhere in the opening stages and paying the price, but Canada will play a more structured, composed game.
Yeah, they're a side we know little about. I'm not sure how much homework the Welsh have been able to do in them. That was competently done.
Stay there, lads.
From the kick-off, good clearance.
Hold in, stay there. Stay there, lads. Stay on.
Matthew Rees for the first line out of the evening, and safely taken by Ryan Jones.
Six go.
The drive initially withheld.
Push back.
Comfortable ball for Dwayne Peel. James Hook gets hammered by Derek Daypuck in his first touch at 10 in starting an international game.
Some more. Push back, lads. Push back. Stay, leave it, leave it.
Peel, Parker, Shanklin saw the defence flooding up outside him, so just kept it in there sensibly. Now they could have men on the left, but they've gone in the opposite direction, and Parker gets past his man very neatly indeed.
Side entry, no advantage.
Referee was playing a long advantage for Wales anyway, so they'll have a penalty.
From the side.
Slap bang in the middle of the field. A mistouch by James Hook.
Wait.
Normally so assured. And it looks as though he is human after all. Maybe first night nerves when it comes to playing in that number 10 shirt.
Yeah, you certainly have
Line, right?
wanted a fine touch with that one.
Use the line.
Wasn't the hardest kick he'll have all night. Across the Welsh side, a little bit of territory there.
2 balls. Thank you. Stay there,
So
Canada.
it's pretty much as you were
Stay there.
for this line out for Matthew Rees. That one drifting away from his man, Mark Lawson, the hooker,
Advantage over.
with a feed out. Spicer in midfield.
Away.
Morgan Williams arrives, so do the support runners led by Sean Michael Stephen. Behind them comes Mike Pike. Well tackled by Shanklin, but did well to keep the ball on the field of play. To Kachuk, offering himself as a ball carrier, and it'll be a penalty to Canada.
You, side entry. You, sir. From the
And
side.
Morgan Williams wastes no
Thank you.
time
And
in
that's a shot,
pointing
please.
towards the posts.
Number 5, no attempt to go through the gate, right on the side. Yeah, it's a signal. Thank you.
Well, Canada comfortable going through the phases. That's a nice little
What's
charge
it-
from
what's it flying?
Tkachuk.
Right.
Ian Evans
Side.
supposedly in from the side.
Quite a common thing, I think. Back rows.
Got good odds on Canada perhaps getting the first points tonight. It's the chance they've got as a result of that penalty.
James Pritchard, who broke the Canadian point scoring record twice in the summer in World Cup qualifying games. 2 little steps up, a nonchalant action, and what an easy 3-point starter for the Canadians.
Very nicely done. Very reassuring, I'm sure, for this Canada side to come here and put a foot wrong in this opening 5 minutes.
And if Wales thought it was going to be just an easy ride, maybe they'll think again now.
Keep on the line, lads. Use the line, lads. Use the line, lads.
It's all about precision tonight, I think. It's a game we should win. But when you're expecting to win, the performance becomes all the more important, whether it's individually, as units, or collectively, and that goes with defence and attack.
Good line-out ball by Ian Evans, giving them time in midfield, and Parker uses that time well. Spicer brings him down, but they're within half a dozen metres of the try line. Hook.
Advantage.
Knocked on by Shane Williams, but offside in midfield. Peel with a quick tap and go to keep the pressure on Canada. Ryan Jones pens off one, tries to make it, but can't quite reach. Stolen by Canada. In there was Mike Webb. Excellent work by the Canadian blindside. And they get a chance to clear the decks, or do they? As Peel knocks the kick down.
Hands out, leave it, hands out. Push back, push back.
Martin Williams. Parker, who's been involved quite a few times.
Off you, leave it, Canada.
Peel has a look both ways. Hook with a little stab through. And the try comes to the captain, Gareth Thomas. And that meant a lot to him.
Yeah, he wanted that wonderful moment for Gareth Thomas, 90th cap. The first score for Wales. We've seen so much from him in the past. And that one meant a lot to him. You could see that. Always dangerous to kick possession of the 22. If you kick, you've got to get something from it. And that was beautifully weighted, well anticipated by Gareth Thomas. Lovely little dink through from Hook. And, well, we know he can finish.
More so than anybody in the history of Welsh rugby. Shane Williams creeping up in the try count. But that's why Gareth Thomas is way ahead on 37.
That's what that man's paid to do, though. He's got to make those decisions. He carries that responsibility. Ball in hand or the kick through. He certainly got it right that time.
James Hook has scored in every Welsh appearance. And that's a record that'll keep going, for the time being at least.
Superb kick. Obviously no need to worry about wind, it's all about the contact. From the moment he hit that, it's through the middle. It's all about the weight and direction. You can see the precision that he needs to put on that kick, because and it so nearly got across to it. It was James Pritchard trying to get to there before Gareth Thomas.
No, he's not.
And Gareth Thomas showing his determination. Not happy with just scoring the try. He's the one who's there to get into the restart as well. Said he wasn't pleased with his performance against Australia, and whether this was his last or first of a number more caps, wanted to show that he can do it to his teammates. That's great play by James Pritchard.
Hands away. Advantage, slowing it down.
And again, Wales killing the ball on the floor.
On the floor.
And I think that again, Morgan Williams will be quite happy to call on the last man up. Indeed he is, and there is James Pritchard to go for goal again.
Yeah, you can't help but look at this game and all the facets of it in the context of what lies ahead in a week's time. And it's the second ruck penalty. They're looking to contest the ruck area, the contact area. They're certainly going to need to be competitive there next week. The likes of Richie McCaw about, but neither can they afford the ill discipline that they've shown so far in that area in the opening 10 minutes. He also got turned over underneath the post with Canada. So at ruck time, so far things need a little bit of tightening up from the Welsh perspective.
a remarkable kicking style that James Pritchard has, but it works for him. Don't need any better than that to bring them back within a point.
Certainly not Wilkinson-esque, is it? But it's not how, it's how many. 3 points for Canada.
And Morgan Williams had called for that one. And Daypuck safely out of play. But Wales eager to assert their own tempo on the game. And bounce favouring Gareth Thomas. Ed Fairhurst knew he was outside his 22, so he had to be careful what he did.
Well, that was a good kick from Thomas. It wasn't aimless. He looked up, he saw the space, and he executed it well. It wasn't into the hand, it was a bouncing ball, and always on its way towards touch.
You start the channel.
Good challenge by Goff at the front of that line out. Wales win the line out. Untidy line out again for Wales, stolen by Stan McKean, linking up with Stephen Smith. Back to Spicer, good combination to Pike as well. Mike Pike looks back inside but only finds Tom Shanklin. Spicer the only one in the Canadian half initially, but he's got a bit of time on his hands and a bit of support from Kevin Tkachuk, the loose head of everybody.
Did well to get back, didn't he?
Hold lads, wait, 8-2, wait lads.
Daypuck's kick infield to Shane Williams. Oh. And for once, rather than dancing feet, clouted straight into Mark Lawson. Hook nicely outside his man, used Matthew Rees beautifully outside him. The kick just a bit too close to the covering defence though. Show the quality that Hook can offer as a runner though. And this is going to be an open game.
I think so.
Leave it! Vantage.
Shane Williams knew the penalty was coming. He wanted to take the quick one.
Don't be negative. I'm calling it. Ask the question. Come on.
And Tony Spreadbury as vocal and chatty as ever.
Is it out?
Yeah, you thought I was going to get that from Tony Spreadbury. Those people that have paid for the referee package here at the stadium this evening will certainly get their money's worth.
And a fresh set of batteries probably.
Okay, ready to go. How many get? Hold it. Stay there.
That's more like it. Ian Evans with a clean take.
Leg! No leg, 3, go back!
And a good drive on. They split the Canadian pack that time, but they have gone to ground now.
Lost ball.
Peel to Hook. Parker's gone on the drift. And Gareth Thomas came in between the centres. Great support by Hook, but the pass is loose. And Ed Fairhurst tries to lead a Canadian breakout.
The first defence is thrown forward, otherwise the Welsh guys killing it. First defence thrown forward, Canada scrum.
Obviously a planned move by Wales with the full-back coming between the two centres.
Yeah, didn't quite get the timing right, did they? In the end, Gareth Thomas did very well, actually, to make something of it. And just the first evidence that the pass just being forced from Hook.
Closer.
So led to the error.
Hold. Yeah, right. Same height. Press and hold. Engage.
New scrummaging laws coming into force in January. And there'll be an extra stage. There'll be a touch as well as the crouch and engage.
Good position for Wales. They lost the first ball that they threw to the tail gunner. Went safe with Ian Evans in a similar position on the other side of the pitch. So Ordinarily, you'd be looking for ball off the back here. I wonder if they look again.
Jonathan Thomas goes right back, and in the end it was Martin Williams who got hands to it. Wasn't it as it was meant again? And that time it was Shanklin who hit the hole in midfield though. Mark Jones, the scrum half. Hook just holds it up when he sees that so many red shirts in front of him. Gareth Thomas, Parker, Ian Evans, tackled by Mike Burak. Adam Jones arrives.
Away 9, leave it 9. Backwards, play
Ball
on.
still with Wales. Still chances on as Peel goes to ground.
Play on, stay there. Stay on. Stay on, lads. Yeah, sure, mate.
Parker trying to use his strength to fend off tacklers. Shane Williams. Shanklin.
Away, get out there. 7,
The defence by Canada. They're keeping their positions, but now
On his feet.
on the wide left there could be a mismatch. Hook. Jonathan Thomas.
Tackle away.
Webb had got across.
Leave it. Lost ball, lost ball.
Wales keeping ball in hand, and Shane Williams with the break in midfield and the dancing feet to cut clear. Lethal. Lethal from Shane Williams. It'd gone one way, gone the other. The defence looked as though it would hold firm, but the difference was the pace and the feet of Shane Williams.
Well, a hint of a chance, not even a half chance. Canada have shown themselves to be up for this in the early moments. Capable defensively. It's all about the angle. Once he's got his pace up and he's stepping like that, I don't care who you are, you're not going to stop him. All about the initial bust. Sees the gap, still got a bit of work to do. It's between props perhaps, that helps. And once he's in behind them, it's good night.
Can you hear me, Dave? I can't hear him. Jeff Warren, can you hear? Technician, I've got no
Well,
comms
the
from
first
anybody.
one from the touchline was difficult. That is as simple as they get for James Hook to bag 2 more international points.
I can't hear anybody.
It was a move that didn't look to be going very far very quickly. Not quite
Patience.
getting their lines right. And then that man takes the responsibility. Biggie's not. But pace and skill, got plenty to spare.
Again, it's Gareth Thomas who was coming for it. Parker called it instead of him, and maybe he should have left it for his skipper, and Parker's been hurt in doing so. Canada with a quick throw in. Fairhurst chip nicely collected by Pritchard, who ran straight into Ryan Jones and came off second best, but again good following up from Fairhurst, putting all the pressure in the world on Dwayne Peel. That's James Pritchard, who lost out in the physical battle to Ryan Jones.
Yes, the game is still settling down. Wales will be pleased that they've got 2 tries on the board, but probably still too many errors for Gareth Jenkins. Put themselves under a little bit of pressure, looking a little bit ragged on occasion. They won't want to concede any tries to Canada. I think that'll be one of the things that they'll have talked about. They want to blank them. They want to be ruthless in how they defend. Certainly no penalty there. Ryan Jones has got nowhere to go on that.
You don't really want to be running into 6'5" and 18.5 stone.
Well, we can certainly hear Tony Spedbury, but unfortunately we can't hear anyone else. Of course, you don't have to get out of the way when someone's kicking over you, but you can't move into them.
As long as you don't change your angle yet to get into them, then that's quite all right. Good to see James Pritchard back up.
Sorry, lads, can't hear a thing.
I was going to say, didn't think Spreadbury needed a mic. Everybody can hear him anyway. But
You blocked there, no, that's up. You got, that's better, yeah, brilliant.
Great character, Tony Spenberry. I don't think anybody expected play to continue quite when Mark Austin was throwing in. And that could cost Canada dear.
First knock on.
Because they've got to make the most of those kind of attacking positions.
First knock on.
Good pressure from Luke Tate.
Yeah.
No, sir. Same height. Crouch and hold. Engage. Stay on, open side, stay on. Go back.
And well, scrum looks pretty comfortable.
Away, stay on the side.
And again, the pressure was on the kicker, James Hook. Fairhurst looking to link up with somebody outside him. Pike is there.
Advantage of your feet.
Canada have a penalty coming again. And that breakdown will be a concern in that they're conceding so many penalties.
Yeah, third one now. They've all been for slightly differing offences as well. Coming in from the side, that one off his feet, and the other one was slowing ball down. So a variety of offences at the ruck from the Welsh.
And of course, nowadays it's immediately there for them to see. You'd expect Canada to take points at every opportunity they can to stay within striking distance for as long as possible. Third successful little chip for James Pritchard.
It's very often the case against a side like Canada that it's difficult to put structure on the game. But Wales has certainly won a little bit more than they've put into this opening quarter of an hour in terms of shape and continuity.
So exactly halfway through the first half, Wales 2 tries in the bank, but 3 penalties conceded in kickable positions, as is reflected by the fact that Canada is still within a try.
Can't take the risk, don't go in.
And being midway through the first half, we can go back to Graham Thomas with Kevin Morgan on pitch side.
Thanks, Gareth. Kevin, a couple of nice tries. Mate?
Yeah, very happy. I think it was obvious Canada were going to come out all guns blazing in the first 20 minutes. I think we knew in ourselves we weren't just going to run away with the game. And it's shown like that, really. Fair bit of Canada, they've come out. They played some good rugby as well, but when we have had chances, we've taken them, which is pleasing.
And as a last line of defence, you don't want Shane Williams running at you like that, do you?
No, he's dynamic, he's really talented player, fair play. And I know if I was back there 15, I wouldn't want Shane running through me, because he can go either way, left, right, over the top, anything. So yeah, it's a faithful side.
Thanks, Kevin.
Interesting that while play was going on, there was a hint of an interception chance for Canada there, but Ryan Smith went for the tackle on Hook instead.
Yeah, I think the Canadians would have been told any chance you get with Hook, get in his face, close him down, pressure him. He might have swayed his opinion. It's certainly an easy hit for him, and a big red cross on the ball that Hook took. Here's the pass, Jonathan Thomas. Nice pass, but it is man and ball. There are the ribs, and when you see the arms going up like that, it's very tempting to get the shoulder underneath and see what damage he can do. He took it well.
Just a slip, boys. Look at the pitch slip there. If you go in, slip, boys. Yeah, slip. Yeah. You go a bit straighter, and I'll get him in. All right.
Gavin Henson. Problem with an ingrowing toenail. Failed the fitness test today.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Gavin, isn't it? He knows what a battle he's got on. He'd have wanted to be out there, and it would have been interesting to see Hook and Henson in tandem.
Nasty one for Dwayne Peel.
2 lock-ons. One that way, Canada.
And no wonder he was crossing his forwards. Not the kind of ball any scrum half wants.
No. I'm sure he's going to have a little word with them.
Same height, crouch and hold, engage. You can't use one half, Morgan. One-handed feed, I've got to penalise it. One-handed, come on.
He's great value for money. He's don't spend very fair play.
Hands out 5.
Goff, lovely ball back inside at Ian Evans.
Hands out, run. Stay back,
Great
stay
quick
back.
hands.
Don't win the side, don't win the side.
Matthew Rees, change of direction from Ryan Jones. And again, Goff weighing up the options, not panicking under pressure.
Away 9, get away 9, move 9. Stay.
Peel on the loop. Again, 6 and 7, Webb and McKean were up quickly, cutting the space down in midfield. Shane Williams, Ryan Jones.
Away, hands away.
Tate to the tackle, Martin Williams. Oh, good angle from Gareth Thomas. And again, Wales building it up patiently, keeping hold of the possession. Just recycling it. Mark Jones, that's his first touch, 24 minutes in.
Yeah, considering the form he's in, he's seen nothing of it. So no wonder that he wants to have a little go. He wasn't going anywhere then, he was very well marshalled.
First pass at least, he had to deputise as a scrum half earlier. That's the first time he's had a run with the ball in hand. And his finishing has been superb for the Scarlets and for Wales this season. Mike Burak plays his rugby for Pau in France.
Leave it Wells, lost ball.
Of course, Canada missing a few of their key players who play in France. The likes of Mike James, Jamie Cudmore, Colin Hughes, David Spicer. Again, Wales looking to command the tempo of the game.
Away 7, hands away. Leave it.
Peel.
Backwards,
That worked okay for Ian Evans, not as it was meant,
14 away.
but they hit the hole and they could create spaces out wide. Adam Jones with a take on.
Away 10, hands away.
Peel to Shane Williams. Gareth Thomas and Shanklin outside in. Shane Williams straight through though and gets the pass to Mark Jones, who can't quite gather. And the crowd sensing excitement every time Shane Williams gets the ball.
I hate to be critical of him, but I think the ball was under one arm and it made all the difference as far as the offload was concerned. Fantastic break again. He does get behind the defence this time. It's clear water. It's under one arm, and when the tackle is made he has to get it at 2, and by that time Mark Jones had just run past him.
Let's go for blood.
Normally
Neil, we're going for
you'd be expecting 2 wingers to finish that.
Blood. Thank you. Morgan, mate. Good. Thank you. No one, Andy, mate, please.
That's Luke Tate, who's had to go off. Could be coming back on fairly shortly, but it's a big moment for Stu Walt, who's coming on for him to make his international bow. First try, which came after just 6 minutes, scored by Gareth Thomas, who's getting treatment at the moment, and then Shane Williams, another sparkling bit of skill. That's what's given Wales a 14-9 lead at the moment, but that's Gareth Thomas having treatment in midfield from Mark Davis.
And of course that's one of the things that Gareth Jenkins will want from tonight, is an injury-free 80 minutes. He wants these guys and the guys pushing for places all available next week, all in the mix.
There are the usual interactive options available by pressing the red button. And if you want to join the text club, there's more information on the Scrum 5 website.
Nice to see the boys joining in the spirit with the bobble hats.
Four plus one, stay out of space. Receiver, stay out.
Luke Tate off the field, of course, one of their main line-out jumpers, but Mike Burak doing the job. Morgan Williams wants him to drive on downfield.
Stay back, stay there.
Williams.
No.
Oh, superbly taken by the other Williams, Shane. Great work. Left it late. It was a good chase by James Pritchard as well, but Shane Williams didn't panic at all. Loose kick by Hook.
Wait.
Fairhurst back to Hook. A little bit of indecision. Oh, great play again by Williams. Hook. Nice angle by Martin Williams. And another switch to Dwayne Peel. Peel has men with him. Matthew Rees gets over. The only one of the starting 15 who hadn't scored in a Welsh shirt. Now that's changed. And what a devastating breakout by Wales.
Well, Hook are one of the positions that's very close at the moment, and Matthew Rees certainly taking a claim with some fantastic support work and good finishing. Does very well to get there. There've been some angles, some fast boys involved in that. He's still got a bit to do. It's a good fend. Unless that tackle is made early, the momentum's always going to take him out. Good switch in. Always going against the defence. Unselfish from Hook. Good finish from Rees.
Well, there's a real battle on for the hooker spot between Matthew Rees and the Cardiff Blues' Rees Thomas. And no wonder they call him Smiler. That's what it means to him. Hook curls it around and uses the post just for good measure to make it 3-3.
In the modern game, your Hook is a position that demands a number of skills: the tight, the loose. You've got to be an extra back row forward, and in fairness, Matthew Rees, he likes ball in hand, and he will pop up in those positions.
But even after getting a third try in pretty spectacular fashion, it's back to basics, and that's good to see.
Yeah.
They're not getting carried away with
Nothing wrong with that, because if anything, they do need a little bit more structure. I think they need a little bit more grunt up front. I think the Canadians are having life a little bit too easy as an 8 at the moment. The stats are good, no doubt about that. You'd expect that. But I think the Welsh forwards can just be a little bit more direct.
And the ball pinched by Ian Evans as well.
No offside line, play on.
Doubly useful kick by Shanklin it worked out to be. Marker, he adds that strength to midfield. He doesn't seem to panic. He's got faith in his own ability to hold on to the ball.
Well, he's a good man to rely on if you need hard yards, but he's also got some of the softer skills as well. He throws good passes, he's got good vision, ability to offload, so he certainly brings a lot to the midfield as an option.
Relax, 4 line out Wells, okay? Get in!
Taking the pressure, Mark Lawson's throw. Safely worked.
He knows.
And that'll give the chance for Luke Tate to come back on to the field of play.
Deal with it, guys, okay? No problems. Thank you, yeah.
Luke Tate, formerly of Cardiff and the Ospreys. Ontario born, educated in Cwmcarn. His brother John, of course, part of the Canadian coaching setup. Great player in his day as well, John Tate. Ryan Smith gets the outside break. Gareth Thomas is the last line of defence with Shanklin. It was a fine tackle, and Smith had isolated himself. But the break was far too easy.
Isolated player, holding on.
Nice end-over-end kick from James Hook. But he may not like the look of this.
No, it's only a little show on the inside. He's ball watching. Just takes his eye off. He's got it all to do to get there then. Makes the fend all easier. And a bit of shoulder support on the outside there. And the Canadians could have been in under the sticks.
Go
Good
back
fight
onside,
by
go back
Burak.
onside, go back. We'll find it. Go back 6. Stay tight, stay tight.
Mike Webb,
Stay tight.
the one in charge of the
Okay,
ball
that's
at the
one
moment.
fight. Use it, please.
Smith fancied another go. That time Hook made absolutely sure.
Hands out, leave it. Oh, he's fine. Side entry. Side entry. Let go of him. No, it's not. It's him. 7 inside. 7 side entry. He was fine. Side entry. 7.
Gareth Thomas
He
has
was
come
fine.
into.
7 side entry. 7 side entry.
Yeah, he's not happy. He's well aware of the penalties being given away at the ruck. I'm sure he got the explanation he wanted.
About 14 times, I think. 7 side entry. So, getting into the last 5 minutes of play in the first half. 3 tries to none for Wales. And they won't want to concede before the interval. Frontline ball, not the best for the backs to use. There's no semblance of giving it out just yet.
Leave it. Lost ball, Wells. We lost ball.
Baper going for the drop goal option and putting it straight through. So every time Canada have got down there, they've come away with points. It may just be penalties and drop goals, but it's points.
And credit to them for it. That was very simply constructed. It was a good ruck. They probably got round the fringe defence a bit too easily. They achieved the position from the drop goal without too much resistance from Wales. That was very well done.
Morgan Williams did his best to stay in his 22, and despite the protestations of some of the Welsh forwards, he did so. I wonder how many of those lads will have a run out before the end of the evening.
I think Galchenk's be happy to put them on, but he'll want this starting 15 to do the job first. At the moment, it's the forwards, I think, that just need to up it a gear.
Goff with a line-out possession. Hook Parker, big gap appeared as Dapuk really rushed up out of line.
Yeah, it's called that.
Could so easily have caused the dog leg that would have let Wales in.
Called the run.
Wales shunning the opportunity to go for the posts. They want to impress their coach tonight. What they have seen so far is a Canadian defence that it takes time to break down. They haven't done it off one or two phases.
Absolutely, Gar. They're, if anything, a stubborn side. They're certainly capable of big hits and disciplined defence.
Good line-out ball again by Ian Evans. And they're trying to tie in the defenders, see if they can create the overlap on the far side. And maybe go straight down the middle for the forwards.
It's more like it.
Gethin Jenkins pops it up. Parker, Mark Jones tries to steam up outside him. Again, defence is there. Parker turned. But it's Welsh ball. Hook. A lot of running off the ball. Short one to Shanklin. And the long one may well have done it instead. Chance has gone initially, but they've won the loose ball on the floor.
There we go. Number 3 offside.
That was a half chance for Wales. Just took the wrong option in that heated, congested midfield.
Yeah, split-second decision. Certainly numbers were available. It was all about the pass that was picked.
Under 2 minutes. Number 3.
And went for the short ball that was picked off.
Now then, is it line out? Is it scrum from here?
Have a look. Crikey, very good.
It's scrum time.
Yeah.
And strike time. Wales have been very, very effective with their back movements off set pieces in these areas. Keep your eyes on Gareth Thomas.
I'll have a look.
Well, this is that opportunity. Keep your eyes on Shanklin. The numbers are wide. It's a round the back pass, short ball, and you can see the men over. That would have been a 2-1. Chance gone.
Send height. Scratch and hold. Engage.
So a late chance for Wales to get a 4th try in the first half. Oh, the pack is dominant in the set piece. They've got the pressure on. They're going towards the line, and Tony Spreadbury is going towards the posts because he's awarded the penalty try.
No scrum.
Totally dominant scrum, and no hesitation on the part of the referee.
Well, there hasn't been a history of problems in the scrum. He obviously saw something that was pretty unequivocal in a way that Canadian scrum was decimated. Let's have a look at it. You can see the tight head's gone, they're folded. That's a good bust from the Welsh pack. Gethin Jenkins working hard. Completely decimated. Ryan Jones has picked up the bits at the end. He won't get the credit though. Always a bit of a gutter when that happens and you're a number 8. Penalty try.
Ryan Jones denied. The conversion though made easier for James Hook. That'll be a disappointment for the number 8. But it's a collective try for the pack rather than one for the Ospreys number 8. And again, converted by James Hook to round off what has been a pretty successful first half for Wales. Not spectacular, but they've worked at it. They've got their tries when the chances have come. And Canada, as we thought, stubborn, difficult to break down. But Wales showing more than enough to keep Gareth Jenkins satisfied at half-time.
Yeah, they have. I think he'll be looking more towards that final play than anything else. We're better than to do the work in the tight and in the scrum. And that might be the way forward. If they're going to be effective behind, if they're going to bust the gaps, if they're going to tire Canada, it's a little bit more up front and then pace aplenty behind. They're determined, they're hungry for ball, and they'll finish the job.
4 tries scored, none conceded. Now Wales will look to turn the knife in the second half. At half-time, it's Wales 28, Canada 12.
And more Magners League rugby tomorrow. The Blues against Connaught live on S4C. Next up at the Arms Park at 5:10. A roundup of all the sport. Wales on Saturday, BBC One Wales. And of course, everything on BBC Radio as well tomorrow afternoon. Ireland will fancy another Southern Hemisphere scalp on Sunday. Their match against Australia, live, BBC One Wales 3:40. Highlights of all the international rugby and the Magners League as well. Scrum 5 is at 6:20 this weekend, if you missed that. More highlights on a club rugby on Monday night. As for tonight, we talked about odds of 40-1 against Canada winning. I wonder what odds you'd have got for Canada opening the scoring. An early James Pritchard penalty, but then Wales hitting back. A 37th international try for Gareth Thomas on the night of his 90th cap. Shane Williams, dazzling feat, notching up his 28th try. He's not that far behind now, actually. Easy, underneath the posts. And then a first. Great interplay. Martin Williams involved. Dwayne Peel as well. Matthew Rees, the hooker, bundling his way over. And then right at the end, no try for Ryan Jones. Should have been, though. A penalty try, though, from Tony Spreadbury instead. Comfortably in front, 28-12 at half-time. Canada pushing Wales all the way, though. Statistics, as you'd expect. Gwyn, the line-outs a concern, though?
An area of concern continues to be we're better at stealing lineouts, but we're not so secure on our own ball any longer. And I think penalties, 6 conceded, 4 inside the 22, 4 resulted in 3 points for the opposition. Or 3 rather. That's concern.
As far as concern, Canada, I want to kick all of the
the other defensive approach the line dodge the end, although it was inevitable. But a good start and but nice to see them with the ball in hand a little bit more. Maybe asking questions the rush defense.
They were talking about the match, how